This is the Hawks Sports Network. We are live from the East York Curling Club for the Humber Bonspiel 2019. My name is Matt Hamill, and with me is my broadcast partner, Andrew Milani. Andrew, we saw both Humber teams, both the men and women, pick up a win in Game 1, and obviously looking to follow that up here against the Fanshawe Falcons.
What? This way? Jay, like to my right? Left.
Yeah, Andrew, we see the teams below us just shaking hands, getting ready to get things going. There's Casey Ransom doing the elbows. It is cough and flu season, Andrew.
Yeah, it can't be too safe these days.
We'll get things going pretty quick here. Humber with 6 players on the women's team out today, so we're having 2 in and 2 out. Bit of a different look, but hopefully looking to keep that winning momentum going here into Game 2.
Yeah, hopefully they can follow suit with the men's game that we witnessed. Nice 10-1 victory over Fleming. Hopefully they can have the same success here on Sheet 1.
Women's game was the longest match, the Lady Hawks against the Fleming Knights. Bit of a marathon match, hitting that 2-hour maximum. Of course, Lady Hawks coming away with the win.
It's all worth it in the end.
First shot of the game coming up here.
Humber with the first delivery. That one with just enough to find the house, and a good draw there for Humber.
There's Cassandra on the far end holding it down for Humber. Last year's women's team MVP. A lot of returning players for the Hawks here. Obviously hoping to take this all the way to the CCAA championships in Fredericton this year.
Line doesn't look too good there. They just nudged that rock. And another burned one there for Fanshawe.
So just a couple of stones into the first end, and the Humber Hawks are, dare I say, Andrew, sitting pretty.
Fourth stone here for the Hawks. Let's see if this one's able to find the house. We'll just nudge their other one. And doesn't look like it made it.
No, so the Hawks with just 1 in scoring position.
But with 3 guards here set up, Fanshawe's got a tough shot to make here.
This time attacking the outer right side. They've had a hard time getting the right weight.
Now just nudge one of the Humber guards a little forward.
So the Falcons are in play. Humber men's team is taking on the Mohawk Mountaineers right now.
When you come in, she says, "And your name?"
Yeah, exactly. Well, she's that polite.
Scratch that, Andrew. The men are actually taking on the Falcons as well. Over
Yeah,
on
that is
sheet
correct.
3. Great
Humber
zoom by Isa as we pan out halfway through the first end here. Sorry, Andrew.
No, I was just about to say Humber with 2 in the house now.
You know that old saying, Andrew, 2 in the house.
It's worth 1 in the bush. Looks like Fanshawe's going to try and go for a takeout. Trying to take out that Humber stone on the right side of the screen.
Could work good for them here and have that inside roll.
Yeah, good takeout there, and they put themselves in good position there, right by the button.
Just a great shot. After a bit of a bumpy start, things looking a lot better now for the Falcons. You can follow the Humber Hawks on Instagram and Twitter at Humber Hawks for all your game day updates. Our resident photographer, Michael Fahue, is putting up some good pictures there. Casey Ransom with the toss there. Might have to stick on the outside.
It looks like Fanshaw's going to go for another draw here. Trying to get that one right in the house. Yeah, it looks like that one may have curled a little too much. Just nudges that Humber rock right at the front.
Here's Cassie making her way down the ice. Again, last year's team MVP. The coaches picked the year before, and she's got 2 big throws here to end off the first end.
Looks like they're going to try and nudge their rocks there towards the middle. Try and nudge them a little towards the button there. Let's see how this does. Line looks pretty good. Yeah, I got away from them a little bit.
Yeah, you can see what she was going for.
That was a tough shot, though.
Andrew, do you think you could make the slide look so graceful as these players are doing out there?
Oh, I'm nowhere near as graceful, Matt. I'd be falling all over the place on this ice. Been curling once only, and it is not as easy as they make it look.
Where'd you go curling?
I can't remember. It was all the way
Sounds
back
like
in
a
high
fake
school.
story. Ashamed to say my partner is a liar.
Uh-oh. It was all the way back in high school many moons ago.
Here's the shot from the Falcons. Just heading right through that gap. And this one might just lay up and serve as more of a guard. And it makes it a tough last shot for Cassandra here.
Yeah, I'm curious to see
Interesting.
how the Hawks, yeah, it looks like they're going to be aiming for the left side there.
Left, or you could throw to the right, try to curl it back towards the center line. And we'll see what she does here. Looks like, yeah, she's staying on the left side. And with Fanshawe having that hammer, you get the impression Humber might have to concede the point here.
This line looks pretty good, though. They might be able to find their way right near the button. Nice shot. A little too much on that maybe, but
Yeah, but we'll see. Right now it is
that'd be Humber point, yeah.
Yeah, in scoring position. So just a great shot by last year's team MVP. Showing it there.
Yeah, exactly, and putting Fanshawe in a difficult position here. It's going to be a difficult takeout here.
And again, do you attack that left or that right side?
I think they're going to go for the right, or the left, excuse me, by the looks of it.
Just kind of copy Cassandra's shot, I suppose.
Yeah, try and go for it as best as you can. Not many other options. Line looks pretty good.
Trying to make contact with that stone.
And they do.
Wow, big shot.
Yeah, Fanshawe coming away with a couple big points there to open the first end.
Putting the Hawks in an interesting position now, coming from behind. After one end, Fanshawe Falcons from London are up 2-0.
And they will be delivering first here in the second end.
Hawks with the hammer.
It looks like Fanshawe might just be laying this one in the house for a draw.
A lot of weight, though. And
Yeah,
Cassandra
well, might be a
will
little too much. Yeah.
sweep that thing.
And another burn stone to start for Fanshawe.
I mean, yeah, we saw that in the first end, but of course, at the end, the Falcons really tightened up, came away with 2 points.
Hawks look like they're going for the draw here. Let's see if it has enough weight. It's going to be close. Run. Just a little short.
Second shot from the Falcons.
Well, we'll be sending all our. Well, I guess I have to.
You can kind of see this one curling towards that center line.
Yeah, line looks really good here. Let's see if
What kind of weight do we have?
Yeah, exactly. And again, looks like it's a little too much. That's 2 ends in a row now where Fanshawe is burning their first 2 stones.
And you saw them find a way to regroup and come away with points when they had the hammer, but you wonder how those miscues are going to play out here in the second end where the Hawks get the last shot.
Yeah, you don't want to keep giving them up, especially when you don't have hammer. Dangerous game to play.
You've got hammer. I'm right here, buddy. Similar shot, even less weight than the first toss from Humber.
I don't know if that was purposeful, but they'll have another guard there set up right above their other one. Let's see if Fanshawe can find the house with their third stone.
Again, bit of a heavier throw.
This one looks like it might have the right weight. Yep.
Right on the money.
Looks like Humber's going to go right for the takeout here. Line looks pretty good. And they take out the Fanshawe rock, but theirs kind of floats out of the house as well.
Yeah, able to clear out that Fanshawe stone, but obviously not the perfect angle to keep theirs in play. Have an empty house.
Let's see how this Fanshawe draw attempt goes. It has a, might not have enough.
And they're sweeping hard. And that will come to rest just past the hog line.
Yeah.
Still an empty house. Of course, Crowded House is a very popular band from the 1980s. That big hit, who could forget? Hey Now, Don't Dream It's Over. You know the tune I'm talking about?
I do. One of the biggest hits of 1987.
Really?
True story.
I have an encyclopedic knowledge about music I didn't realize.
Oh, just random facts. It's all over the place.
Is there any curling info up there?
Some.
Fanshawe up 2-0 here in the second end. You have more tournament play in a Bonspiel hosted by Fanshawe, originally slated to be at Niagara College.
This looks like it's headed right for the house. Let's see if it has the right amount of weight.
Andrew, the OCAA championships are just over a month away from now, so not too long to really sharpen up.
Yeah, got to get in gear quick for a chance to, of course, everyone wants to come out with their best foot forward for the provincial championships. And, of course, if you do well there, you'll get a chance to represent Ontario in the nationals.
A business class ticket to Fredericton, New Brunswick. Of course, last broadcast we found out all about your family trip to the East Coast.
Yeah, Nova Scotia. And that Humber draw attempt missing a little bit. And they take out one of their own guards.
You get the impression the Falcon skip is just calling for a draw right to the button here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a bad option. It's got a good amount of weight on that.
Now, why would Fanshawe want to sweep that rock and put it further away?
I don't get that either. I mean, you think like Humber would want to do that?
We will do it, yeah. Give it an honest sweep. Casey Ransom letting this one go. And a similar line to that last shot we just saw from the Falcons.
Yeah, I just think they're aiming for the button here. If they could just navigate, oh, they do a good job navigating their way right past that guard.
Even if there's too much on it, they will catch one of those Falcon stones, and
Yeah, good
boom
draw
goes the
there.
dynamite. It's time for the skip.
Yeah, just 2 rocks left here. For each team, I should say.
Four teams here in action today. The 2019 Humber Bonspiel. We'll see the Hawks taking on Mohawk. The next matchup slated for 3 o'clock. Falcons can't find a way to sneak past their guard.
Yeah, their own guard hurting them there. Opens things up a bit for the Hawks here. And like we said before, those 2 Fanshawe rocks in the house give Humber a little bit of leeway here.
I'll tell you what, partner, Cassandra is rock solid here in early season play. Here she is with 2 shots and the hammer. What do you think, partner's going right for that button?
Yeah, line looks pretty good. Let's see if it has enough weight.
The Hawks seem to think so.
Not quite enough. Looks like Fanshawe here will just be going for the draw.
Hawks are down 2, looking to answer as we approach the end of the second.
Line looks pretty good. Oh, and almost perfect.
How about that, Andrew Milani?
Looks like they're putting Humber in a difficult position here. They'll have to do an even better shot.
Yeah, a bit of pressure on Cassandra here. And if she can just catch the inside edge of that last stone, it would hopefully put Humber on the board. But right now, it's the Falcons in the scoring spot.
Line looks pretty good. And yeah, it looks like at least 1 point for the Hawks, maybe 2.
Pretty close. Tough to tell what the resolution was. Oh, we're getting the measurement gear out here, Andrew Milani.
Yep.
There's Casey Ransom from the Hawks.
Yep, just 1 point.
Just a single. And clear things away, and we'll have a score of 2-1 in favor of Fanshawe after 2 ends of play here at the 2019 Humber Bonspiel from the East York Curling Club, live on the Hawk Sports Network.
We're just about ready to get started here with the third end. Humber starting it off, and Fanshawe will have the hammer.
Andrew, I hear tell that the lunch will soon be served. The conclusion of this game, something to look forward to, partner.
Absolutely. Always down for a little bit of grub.
I never met a free meal I didn't like.
I like your attitude, Hamill.
Call me Hammer.
Hammer? I like your attitude, Hammer. Good draw there by the Hawks to get things started here. Almost right at the button. And you'd think that Fanshawe is going to go for the takeout attempt here.
Yeah, so far they've had a bit of trouble, the Falcons had early on in these ends, finding their range.
Chance to redeem themselves here. Line looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's dead on.
Yeah, great takeout there.
So what are you guys doing for provincials?
First rock here for Humber in the third set. Or third end, excuse me.
Back to volleyball.
I know, I know.
What are we going to do with you, Milani?
Good takeout there by the Hawks. And back and forth to start this third end.
Of course, this style of play will favor Fanshawe with the hammer.
Let's see how this takeout goes. Line looks pretty good. Let's see if... And Fanshawe's rock just manages to stay in the edge of the house.
Hawks with their third throw.
And it looks like they're going to be going for the takeout here again. And just a little wide.
Yeah, didn't quite get enough of that outside fade they were hoping for.
Yeah, I think they were hoping there that they would kind of bounce it off the Fanshawe rock and bounce
Back
theirs
into the center line.
Yeah, exactly. Not to be, though.
A bit of a window of opportunity now for the Falcons.
Yeah, if they can manage to get one into the house here, that could be huge.
Make life tough for the Hawks here, who are not having the best start to the third end. Well, Andrew, there is freedom within, there is freedom without. Really crowded house on the men's game on sheet 3.
Oh, yeah.
The men's Falcons team with all kinds of stones in the house.
Yeah, 4 right by the button there.
But here on the first rank, the women's game, Humber with a heavy toss.
Yeah, they're going for the takeout here. Nice takeout there.
Kind of a repeat shot this time. More of what they were looking for. So things really shaping up for the Hawks after that. Well executed shot.
And I think the Falcons might be trying to take out that rock that just got thrown.
Yeah, curling right into that center line.
Yeah, good shot there. Manages to stay in the house, too.
This is the last day of winter break before the winter semester gets going. And then these varsity athletes have a bit more on their plate than just curling bonspiels.
Yeah, back to school.
Back to school.
It's been a long winter break, though. We should be ready to go back. At least I am.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. That time off kind of helps getting back into the swing of things with some enthusiasm. Of course, there's only one varsity athlete in our radio broadcasting program. It's Colin Skanes on the men's volleyball team. And I'm guessing it's that allegiance to Colin Skanes is why you keep referring to the ends here as sets.
Sure, let's say that's the reason. I'm not messing up. I'm just,
Paying homage.
yeah, paying homage to a fellow
Classmate.
broadcasting student.
Student athlete. Each team with 3 left. Here's Casey Ransom with her second.
Looks like they're going to go for the takeout. That stone right by the button line is good, and they do a good job of knocking that one out.
Yeah, great job by Casey when she's not helping out with the sports information crew. She's playing lights out curling.
And Humber now in position for 2 points, but of course they still have 2 more stones, and Fanshawe has 3. And Fanshawe, of course, with the hammer in this end.
So able to take out the one Humber stone.
Yeah, not able to get in the position that they wanted to get in there, though.
Casey Ransom just lost her broom head.
Uh-oh. Looks like it's back on.
Her brush is all right. Now it's Cassandra.
And I think they're aiming right for the center of the house. Line looks like it's pretty good. Not quite enough to find the house.
Yeah, had a lot of curl off that center line.
And not quite enough weight.
Well, depends on what they were going for. That does look like it is now kind of blocking that Humber stone that is in the scoring position. Second last shot for the Fanshawe Falcons.
It looks like they're going for a similar shot that Humber went for. Trying to take out that guard. Last rock here for Humber in the third end.
And we'll see if Cassandra just goes right for that button or maybe try to curl it in behind that guard.
Yeah, they don't have to be perfect here, but all they got to do is just get a little closer than Humber to be able to get points on the board here, or a point, I should say. Line looks pretty good. Maybe a little too much weight on that one. Looks like Humber's going to get another point here and tie this at 2.
So good job by the Falcons to minimize the damage, not allowing the Hawks to pick up a lead. Just a single score here in the third end. All tied up, deuce. Just a score update in the men's game against the Fanshawe Falcons. The Humber Hawks men's curling team losing 7-0 in the third end. Kind of a reversal in their first game where the men were able to get up big early on.
Yeah, complete reversal. We saw earlier that the Fanshawe men were really dominating that house, had 4 in there. Not much Humber really could have done, at least in that set, or end.
First shot, right on target.
Yeah, good first draw there by the Hawks. And looks like the Falcons are not going to waste any time here, just go right for the takeout. Line looks pretty good. Ooh, just barely misses.
Well, too much action on that one. The 2019 Humber Bonspiel here on the Hawks Sports Network. My name is Matt Hamill, and with me is my broadcast partner, Andrew Milani, who evidently thinks he's at a volleyball game right now. Beautiful placement on the second shot for the Hawks.
Yeah, just knocks their first rock closer to the center. And they're in prime position here. Fanshawe's going to attempt a takeout here. It's going to be a difficult one. They managed to get one out.
Third shot from the Hawks.
Looks like they're just going to set up a guard over here. Looks like Fanshawe is going to go for the takeout again. They were successful with the last one. Let's see how this goes. Line looks pretty good. Looks like it's going to be spot on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, couldn't have done much better than that. 2 rocks now in the house for Fanshawe.
Two years ago, the Hawks won the OCAA Men's Championship, the Mixed, and the Women's Championship. Last year came up empty. So obviously looking to recapture some of that heat.
Yeah, it's not often they come up with a clean sweep, winning all categories of one sport, men's, women's, and mixed. Let's see how this takeout attempt goes. Looks pretty good.
Thumbs up from Casey Ransom.
Yeah, nice clean takeout. Fanshawe going for a similar shot here. Not an easy shot here with one Fanshawe rock right beside it in the house. Ooh, and they do a little more damage than good there. Knocking their own rock out and knocking the Humber rock closer to the button.
Halfway through the fourth end, all tied up at 2. Hawks have 1 in scoring position right now.
It looks like they might be going for a takeout here. Not the way they drew it up. Looks like Fanshawe is going to be going for a draw here. Line looks pretty good. Let's see if it has enough weight.
Just fading right to the outside.
And it looks like there'll be a guard instead.
Back kind of hurts. Can you give me like shiatsu or something? Casey Ransom with the toss.
Looks like they're going for the takeout here. It's going to be a tough shot. Line looks pretty good, though. They're going to have to scrape right by their own guard. Oh, wow, great shot there.
Well, Andrew, it's official. Casey Ransom can do it all.
Yeah, not an easy throw there for her, but yeah, manages to not quite knock that other rock out of the house, but just keep it to the outside.
It's
Takeout attempt here by Fanshawe.
heavy toss.
Ooh, just barely get by their own guard, and yeah, great takeout there.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Final 2 rocks here for each team of this fourth end. Looks like Humber's going to go for the takeout here. It's going to be a close one. Line looks pretty good, though.
Ooh, they're getting a lot of roll off.
Yeah. I think they would have liked it to stay more in the center, but they'll take that. It actually puts Fanshawe in a little bit of a difficult position here.
Yeah, I was going to say that. They really have to find a perfect weight for a draw shot. Kind of a nice security blanket when you can just go for that takeout and rely on that opponent's stone.
I think there's some discussion here about where to go with this second last rock. And Fanshawe is going to call a timeout here.
Timeout by the Falcons.
No, go ahead. You go and I'll just down there.
So the teams will convene over by the glass here, and we'll have a little conference.
Yeah, I think the best option for the Falcons here would be to try and take out that Humberstone right by the closest one to the button there. Won't be an easy shot, though.
No, by no means. And they do have the hammer, the Falcons do, so important in this end to really find a way to stuff the Hawks, because after the Falcons had the quick 2 scores in the first end, it's been all Humber. Here in end 4, you get the sense this could be one of those HSN turning points.
We can't use those trademarked phrases here.
Oh, boy. Watch the lawsuit. The Hawks Sports Network here at the East York Curling Club. And there is head coach Cindy Bishop. Right out of frame. I can see Andrew's reflection. good. It's camera time. I'm the hammer. Andrew Galani to my right, and of course I'm the artist formerly known as Hammer. Long discussion here, Andrew, and you got to wonder just what kind of strategies are being talked over. When the coaches aren't on timeout, they're right beside us here at the viewing gallery.
We get to enjoy all of our banter firsthand.
Yeah, they got one guy who calls himself Hammer, and the other knucklehead thinks he's watching volleyball. Just
There's too many names for the way we divide sports: quarters, periods,
Innings,
ends,
quarters,
sets,
yeah.
frames, innings. We should just have one universal
frame.
frame.
Well, frame is one that's generic. It can apply to really any sport.
Sure, sure.
Just play it safe from now on, partner. Just stick with generic terms. Player, frame, shot, score.
Yeah, you got to go back to basics.
Here it is. Long deliberation.
I think they might just be going for the draw here, kind of playing it safe. Well, maybe not enough weight on this one. Yeah, I don't think that's what they were looking for.
Yeah, that guard really closing things up. There's Cassandra and Casey having a little discussion. Cassandra with her last shot. Let me tell you, Andrew, this girl throws heat.
And it looks like they're going to be going for the draw here.
See what she can do to help out the Hawks' cause here in the fourth end. Hawks started out down 2-0. They're roaring back here. Oh, is she going to feed it through that gap?
Wow.
Oh, what a shot from Cassandra, as advertised. Last year's MVP.
I think they did. I thought they were coming around.
And barely enough space to get that rock through, but she does it. Fantastic.
Dynamite.
Wow.
Dynamite. An early shot of the day candidate.
Yeah.
Producer Jay is going to work on that replay. I thought you said we are going to have some players mic'd up for game 2, Jay. He's got no comment.
And here comes the hammer for the Falcons. I think they're going to try a similar shot here.
Was the miracle shot by Cassandra good enough? Fanshawe's going for the same thing.
Oh, not quite.
Can't quite squeak it by.
And that's going to be good enough for 2 points there for the Hawks. Humber now leading 4-2 here after 4.
Very nicely done. The Hawks really coming back strong.
And we're just about ready to start the 5th.
And Andrew, I know you can smell that lunch cooking. Just want to remind you to stay focused on the game at hand.
Try and hammer.
Good weight on the first shot.
Nice draw. They have it right by the button there.
Right on the button.
Let's see how Fanshawe responds here.
So far, the team with the hammer has failed to score any points this game. I'd like to redact that last comment.
I think you have the lunch a little too much on your mind, eh, Hammer?
Yeah, it's the worst call of the day award. Early running, going for a hammer.
At least you're not confusing sports. I don't know if there's... Oh, there will be enough weight. That's going to be... Whether it's a guard or a draw. We'll see. And that will have enough to make it to the house.
Wheels are falling off, Jay. The Humber Hawks are trailing 9-0 over on sheet 3.
Yeah, after a pretty dominant first match by the men, by the men's Hawks team, a little bit of a surprise that they're down this much here. Line looks pretty good here for the Hawks. They're able to get a second stone there in the house. Unsuccessful takeout attempt there by the Falcons, and that one gets burned. Humber trying to get another rock in the house, and they will.
Andrew, I just got a text from my mom. Tell me to not worry about my incorrect calls.
You shouldn't have anything to worry about. We're just having fun here. Enjoying some curling and a beautiful...
Hawks have been having some fun in the late going. They're on a bit of a roll here.
Yeah, Fanshawe looking for a response.
Here's the shot right down the center line.
And that will take out one of the Humber guards. And they'll take out their own stone in the process.
And it looks like they're wrapping up the men's game over on sheet 3.
Let's see where this Humber rock goes. Looks like they're just setting this up as a guard. Might not have enough weight to make it past the Hogs line. It will cross.
The Fanshawe Falcons men's team, the defending OCAA champions. And they have a pretty strong showing against Humber. That game is wrapped up at 10-0.
Falcons here look like they're going for the takeout.
Trying to get by that.
Oh, don't make it past the guard.
Hawks with all kinds of stones in the house.
Now we know that there's an expression for 2 stones in the house. Is there one for, what do we have, 4 in there now?
We're just waiting on word from our resident curling expert, Nick Sutherland. Casey Ransom with the stone in play here.
We'll just have another guard here set up.
And like one of my high school house parties, they're just going to load up the house here. Hawks are up by 2, and as we're closing down in the last few shots of the 5th, looking like they could possibly add more.
Yeah, they're in some good position here.
Got to think Cassandra's riding high after that top 10 worthy shot she made last end.
Yeah, definitely could be the shot of the tournament here. Falcons going for the takeout. It's going to find the guard again. Another miscue there.
Going to open things up, though, if they're hoping to clear things out. Or maybe even just draw it in there towards that button.
Starting to run out of time here, though. Two rocks left per team, and we're going to get the skips with the
Cassandra,
delivery.
ready to toss here. Really, you hear this comparison all day, but I'll say it again, the Larry Bird of the Humber Hawks curling program.
That's definitely an expression here every day. Draw looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Oh, just find the edge of the house. Thought that had a little more weight on it.
it's going to make things real tough here for the Falcons with their last 2 shots.
So you recovered okay from the GCNA?
The Falcons here are just going to go right for the takeout. Could open things up for them with the hammer.
I think the only time I saw Sheridan Wayne there was for semifinal game.
Here's the delivery. Line looks pretty good. That's going to knock away one of the Humber stones right out of the house.
What do you think, Andrew? Cassandra just lay up that same shot?
It's going to be a tough one, but I think they may like to just set up another guard here.
Maybe that same shot, just put a little bit more of that Dijon on it to make sure it's firmly in the house and scoring position.
Line looks pretty good.
Looks like she went even lighter that time. She actually took some mustard off of that shot.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one thing you don't like, partner, it's reducing the mustard on anything.
More mustard, the better. That's always the first words out of my mouth
Says
during
so right
mealtime.
on your T-shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
OCAA curling early season action here at the Humber Bonspiel. the beginning of a new year. And the Humber Hawks are looking to use that as an opportunity to improve upon last season where they weren't able to reach the podium.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for more
gold medal
success. It looks like Fanshawe is going to elect to try and go for a draw here. Difficult shot, to be sure.
Attacking that right side here.
Here, they're going to have to curl that one right past their own
Ooh,
guard.
right through that. The old Cassandra special.
Well, let's see if it has enough.
Eh,
Ooh, yeah, not what they were looking for.
they'll make contact.
It looks like Humber's going to come away with at least another 2, maybe 3.
There's a bit of a discussion.
Either way, Humber extends their lead to at least 6-2.
And there's our photographer, Michael Fahune, trying to find the right spot. Of course, we're looking forward to the triumphant return of our loyal photographer, Diego. We're back home to Mexico for the Christmas break. Looking forward to having old D-Block back in action.
Every spiel we've been in, Stu Salsa the New Year had a winning record.
Draw attempt by Humber may have a little too much weight.
Yeah, Nadia was walking alongside that one all the way. Maybe had a feeling there was a little bit too much of that pepper on there. So many opportunities for my food analogies with these long curling shots.
Almost spoiled.
You could even go like too much on that ice cream. You know, you can kind of keep it with the frozen theme.
Yeah, it's true.
See if there's the right amount of. Not too much on that. Too many scoops on that ice cream cone. So we still have a clear house.
Unlike your many high school house parties.
Nicely done.
I'm catching on. And another one here looks like with too much weight.
What do you think, Andrew? They just burning shots, trying to hurry up the old lunchtime affair?
Maybe the team's getting hungry. Who knows? But something tells me that was not the play drawn up.
So that was a 3-point end for Humber. They're now up 7-2. What a turnaround.
Yeah, really taking command of this one.
Women's team picking up a win in their first game today. There's a laid up shot by the Falcons. An hour and 25 minutes into game 2. Of course, you have the hour 45-minute cutoff where it becomes the final end of play.
Looks like a good one for Humber here. Oh no, just a little too much weight on that one. Once again.
Hawks establishing a 5-point cushion. Really having a tough time getting a good throw off here in the 6th end.
Fanshawe with a chance here to put one in the house. Let's see if this one has the right amount of weight on it.
Great line.
Might have a little too much, though. Yep.
It's kind of been the MO here, the sixth end.
Yeah, kind of a theme of the match, really. A lot of
Early on, a lot of long shots.
starting to see that here again.
Big three-point end for the Hawks in the fifth there. And here's Nadia.
Looks like they might be going right for the guard here for the takeout. That's good. Fanshawe looking like they're going for the draw here. See if this one has the right amount of weight on it.
Ringing the doorbell, enter in the house.
It stays in
Nice
there.
shot, yeah. Pretty much right in line with that Humber guard. Right in front of the house.
It looks like they're going to go right for the takeout here.
Casey Ransom with the stone in hand.
This looks like it's going right for their own guard.
And good tap.
Yeah, finds its
Oh,
way in the
into
house.
Yeah. Like an uninvited party guest, just kind of finds its way into the house.
I guess you would know.
We are now officially more than halfway through the sixth end. Here's the Falcons. The Battle of the Birds has been a doozy. Hawks coming on strong after the first end.
Well, this looks like it could be a pretty good takeout. Line is good, just not enough weight. Just kind of nudging that Humber rock a little bit closer to that button.
Fan favorite Casey Ransom with her second shot of the end. Now, when Casey's not curling up a storm, she's a valued member of the sports information crew.
See how this takeout goes. Just kind of nudges that rock a little closer.
So with Casey's shot, we have 2 more stones in the house.
And then it closed like 10 minutes later.
Delivery by Fanshawe here has some weight.
Might catch that top guard. No.
Ooh, just barely
Ooh.
misses. Now stay in the house.
And a big opportunity, Fanshawe, to steal some points here.
Casey losing her broom head once again. They don't make these brooms like they used to.
We say it every day, partner. Casey and her brush having a hard time getting on the same page here at the Humber Bonspiel. Hawks taking a good amount of time here thinking out this shot. Back-to-back team MVP, Cassandra. Let this one go.
I think they're going to elect to just go for the draw here. This looks like it's headed right for the guard, though.
Three Falcon stones in the house there. Hawks with 2. And the 2 guards. Be interesting to see what kind of placement we get from Fanshawe right now. And then how do the Hawks respond with their last shot? As I think you'd agree, Andrew, right now Fanshawe with a good opportunity, down 7-2.
Yeah, this could be a big one.
Back here,
yeah, they could earn some big points here. It looks like they're going to try and take out that Humber rock close to the button there. It's going to be tight. It looks like this could be headed for the Humber guards. And knock one of it out of the way.
Humber Hawks women's curling team hoping to pick up their 2nd win here. The Humber men's team, after winning game 1, 10-1, dropped game 2 to Fanshawe, 10-0.
Looks like Humber's made a decision here. Still a little bit of discussion, actually.
We'll see how much more razzle-dazzle Cassandra has in the tank.
It looks like they're going to go for the draw here. Maybe try and take out one of those Fanshawe rocks. We'll see where this goes. Looks like it has enough weight. going to be close.
Oh, curls in. Great shot.
Yeah, not exactly how they thought it was going to happen, but still works out pretty well. Fanshawe, of course, big opportunity here with the hammer.
If they can clear out that stone entirely, it could be as much as a 4-point end for the Falcons.
Could be. It's difficult to tell, though, how many or which rocks are closest to the button. Takeout attempt here with the hammer. Let's see how this goes for Fanshawe. Line looks pretty good. Oh, but right through. And Humber will pick up another point here.
Yeah, just a single score for the Hawks.
Now up 8-2.
8-2.
And that looks like that will be it.
Teams shake hands.
And the
Another great installment of the Battle of the Birds, Andrew Milani.
Absolutely. This one was a good one. Fanshawe taking that early lead, but Humber really bouncing back there and taking it by score 8-2 to go 2-0 here today.
Game 2. Under wraps. We'll be back on the Hawk Sports Network at 3 o'clock for Game 3. Final score here, 8-2. The Humber 2019 Bonspiel.